Buenas noches, Luchi. ¿Qué piensa usted de la primera parte del juego y también del desempeño? Tenemos a Pellegrino, que es un nuevo jugador, la constancia en la primera y la segunda parte esta noche. Gracias.
Sí, mira, controlamos el partido con posesión, pero el partido es ganar con goles y no pusimos nuestras oportunidades, no aprovechamos y ellos sí, y chao, eso es fútbol, no importa la posesión, si no puedes concretar y defender bien. Y la verdad estamos en un hueco y lo sabemos que ya temprano nos ponemos en una posición con puntos difícil. Pero es importante ahora seguir trabajando. ¿Qué se puede hacer? Seguir trabajando, no estar satisfecho, no rendir, no parar de trabajar, no parar de tener fe. Hay varios equipos en la liga, esta temporada es muy larga, pero es concentrar en las cosas paso a paso. Esto duele, pero cada partido que pierdes estás un partido más cerca a ganar y tenemos que seguir creyendo en eso. Pero hay competición, si no aprovechamos oportunidades es difícil mantenerlos. O sea que la competición está ahí en el equipo para mejorar individualmente y con eso vamos a mejorar colectivamente.
We will start with questions in English. We will start with Michael Roberson.
All right, Coach, 3 losses. Are you at the point of frustration? And if you are you more frustrated that the 2 of these losses are at home? And you want to have a home field advantage, but are you at the point of frustration at this point?
Yeah, look, this is not how we planned to start the year. You know, we made some changes in the offseason that we expected positive. You know, the integration, the timing of it, was right before the season started, and that's not easy, but like I said, every team is dealing with similar things and challenges in integrating new players. So, look, I thought we had control of the game. I had no doubt we were going to, at the very least, tie, and if not, score and push for the winner. But it doesn't matter how much possession we have if we don't put away chances and deny theirs. And they were efficient, and we were not. You know, we could have been a little sharper in the attacking third. With the last pass, the last combination, the ball in behind, the run in behind. You know, those things needed that extra energy and belief and just in synchronization, and it's not there. It's not there yet. And I'm responsible as the coach to find a way to get these guys ticking because they have it. This group has the ability to beat anybody, home or away. But we're not getting it done, and we changed the formation at the end to push the game, and they score on the first possession, the ball in behind, and that didn't go to plan, obviously. So definitely frustrated. We're in a hole, and the only way to get out of it is grind and dig ourselves out. We have to dig ourselves out, and it's going to be one moment at a time, one day, one training, one step at a time. It's not, we can't be, nobody in this team is going to be talking about playoffs. We're going to be talking about how we can get better this week in training and be better against Kansas City, no matter who has possession or not. I thought we pressed quite well. I thought we got a lot of pressure on the ball. We won a lot of balls with forcing them to play direct, but we didn't reward ourselves with the ball. And that's a collective. That's me as a coach to help figure that out. And I will say there's spots up for grabs, competition. Like we've got other players that whether they came in or not, young or not, experienced or not. The best way they can be committed to this team is compete and fight for spots. Obviously, the collective and the unity is going to be key. But the best way they can be committed to how we're going to get out of this hole is fighting for spots and grabbing opportunities.
Next, we will go to Jeff Weisinger.
Hey, Coach. To kind of follow up on the fighting for spots, are you willing to make changes to the lineup going to Kansas City? Because I think these first 2 weeks is fairly similar lineups coming out. Is that something that you want to make changes, kind of start taking yourself out of the whole season?
Yeah, potentially. We have to analyze that. We need some type of change because what we've been doing or starting with hasn't worked, and how we've ended hasn't worked to this point. I think we've had some moments that you start to see the flashes of what we want to see, but not with that end product defensively and offensively. So yeah, there's definitely spots up for grabs, and we can't be afraid to give players opportunities that we think. What the criteria of getting ourselves out of this hole is, and in that focusing on the next step, that next game in preparation for Kansas City. It's like doing the extra, right? Like doing the things that are hard to do, and we need our guys to step up in a way we're doing things that are hard to do, and not everybody can do or is willing to do, but that want to do it. So we gotta find a way to find that.
With that said, with the talent you have on the attacking third, how disappointing has it been? Just 2 goals in 3 matches, and the 2 goals for what it's worth, not to sound disrespectful, but kind of not fluky, but they're kind of like right place, right time type goals. Yeah,
look, I think opposition's been opportunistic. We have not. So I have a lot of faith in our talent, in our potential talent, and I think it's one of those where one goal can change the momentum of scoring more goals, and one goal can change the momentum of winning games or earning more points. So it's not going to happen in like I can't think about the floodgates opening or we want to win 3-0 or 5. No, that's not the focus. It's on one step at a time, one goal at a time. And like defensively also, like look, as the game went on, we were pushing and we opened up and they hurt us in transition, got a corner, led to the first goal. Like set pieces too. It's one of those things where not everybody loves to defend set pieces, but if we don't learn to love set pieces and do the hard work and focus on the set piece, and we concede this first goal and it changed the momentum of the game. So we gotta love set pieces, whatever the roles are. We gotta love defending when we need to, all 11 players, and we gotta love attacking and being more efficient in the attack.
Next, we'll go to Marco College.
Luchi, I asked you before the season, this team's going to experience some growing pains right away to start this season, and it looks like we're seeing that right now. With that now being said, with all these new players that are trying to integrate now with this team, do you see more of those growing pains coming in these next couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's up to how we respond. The growing pains we've already experienced from a result standpoint. But look, I think Victor showed defensively he's quite sound with the ball, can move it, but we would like to see him more involved in the attack, getting more volume in 2 versus 1s in the attack, overlapping, interlapping, effective balls, crosses in the box, and we didn't get to see that aspect of him, right? Look, it's tough having a Capo down. He's a really important fullback, but Paul has attacking experience and characteristics as well, and we want to. They did a great job releasing aggressive on the press, and we just got to maybe balance our energy of pressing and being aggressive without the ball, but also having that energy to attack efficiently and with quality. So, look, there's Pellegrino I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's here for a reason. He's been, he'll be the first to be disappointed he didn't score tonight, and maybe that header in the back post, and he's going to want that again. He's going to want. He's got quality, he's got experience. I'm very confident he's going to get his goals, and and then Christian and Jabo need, they're guys that are working to find their form, and I think it's about keeping it simple for them and letting them come alive. To put energy into the next moment, but they're unique competition too, right? So, let's see the competition this week, and then we'll be decisive and want to have a better overall performance and result in the next one.
We will take one final question from Jamin Moore online. Jamin, can you hear us?
I can. Hey, Luchi, thanks for taking the time. Obviously, tough result tonight.
I can do one.
Obviously, tough result tonight. You made a change at halftime. It felt in the first half like your players were getting kind of pinned back into the middle area. They were having a tough time getting forward, having a tough time finding space. You brought on Alfredo Morales. It felt like he did change the game for you a bit. What did you think worked well about bringing him on and switching to that 4-2-3-1 compared to how you started the game? Thanks.
Yeah, look, I thought Jack Skaten did a pretty good job getting the ball in pockets and having the intention of accelerating the attack and turning to dribble, turning to combine, or play the way he's faced, bouncing it and finding a third man that can then be free to accelerate the attack. So, it just... Did it die?
No, it's good.
So it's, Jack has those qualities. It just wasn't maybe as efficient and I would say as sharp as we would have liked in that spot. And so we made a change. But Jack's a young player. He's going to learn and he'll bounce back. We thought with Alfredo, we could give us some good ideas between lines, playing forward. Jackson finding those pockets, and then Jackson kind of spraying it and having the last pass. I thought the way we started the second half was quite good. 15, 20 minutes in, we were creating much more volume in the attack, high possession, attacking wide triangles, balls in the box. We almost scored. But it kind of fizzled. It faded a bit. Why I'm going to have to look, is it the physical, the emotional? Did Vancouver do a better job absorbing, getting more compact and not giving us space to maybe circulate the ball and have effective combinations top of the box? So, we're gonna have to see that. But that was the idea. And then, getting Benji on the field with energy, Buddha, young players that are still trying to score goals in this league, and they have the quality to do so. So we pushed it, and maybe it opened us up too much, and that's the game. That's the game in Vancouver. We're efficient.
Luchi, is it possible to ask one more here as well? This is
Go
Alex.
ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I last week, a couple of things that you mentioned were, wanting to see more aggression out of this team, especially playing at home. I think, that was something that could have been true again tonight. You also mentioned how spots are, you think are up for grabs here. I'm curious if you think, both of those two things sounds like, okay, maybe you need to see the players that want to be on the field, that are committed, that are willing to take that extra step and extra effort. Do you think it's come to that at this point where you need to figure out, who is going to be the guy to step up and put in that extra bit of work? Do you think there's a thing with the players needing to make a commitment here?
Look, I think the guys have been really committed. From my experience last season, and then obviously this preseason, I was really happy with everybody's progress this preseason. And then when the real games start coming, and we concede, or we conceded late in Dallas when I thought we played a really good game most of the game, and then we concede first against Galaxy. It's the Clasico, it's the Derby, and that threw us off. So it's we're trying to respond. We're all trying to respond. I'm trying to respond as a coach. These guys are trying to respond as players and as a team, and it's not easy. So, I think there's opportunities there for us to respond with winning the 50-50 duel, right? I'm not saying a reckless two-footed tackle that's going to put us in trouble with a red card, but I'm talking, we got to do the extra, the things that are hard to do, which are winning duels and putting your body on the line and sacrificing physically, mentally, and with speed and power. And we have the players to do that. These guys, I've seen it before, and it's up to us to show it again. And but sometimes someone's best response is when they lose something, and if they lose something, they want it back, and that's how they're going to fight for it. And so, we've got to create that competitive environment, and everybody's got to be fighting. Like I said earlier, your best way to commit to this team, staff and players, is be even more competitive, double down on competing, and grab a spot. Even if it's your best friend on the team, grab a spot, because that's what we need right now to raise the level and step it up.
And then we have one more on the floor here.
Question, if you can answer this. Last week you mentioned that there's potential offensive help coming in the form of transfer signings. Not gonna mention names, but does a night like tonight kind of speed up that process, or speed up maybe we need to bring these guys in sooner rather than later, if that's possible, get to the window and everything?
Yeah, we've been very active this whole off season,
Right.
For additions, and which we did. We've done well, and although it hasn't proven in the result, but it's a long season, and I believe in the additions. And then, Yeah, look, I've made comments earlier, and those things, there's been a lot of effort and actions towards that. It just, for whatever reason, hasn't finalized. But that's not going to help anybody right now. What's going to help us right now is everybody ready Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to put in the work. The guys that we count on, whether there's additions coming up or not.